Straight from the back, posted in the act. Got to hit the club, we've been mobbing all day. On some Jono, VIP stats.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in, it's a Monday Night Primetime showdown. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. Dixon with the honor of getting us started. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Let's start on the ground here. Tracy. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Perhaps a little misplaced sense of urgency on their opening drive. We'll find out together, and they're going for this from their own side.
Go, 14.
Here's Wilson, 4th down. That one's good to McConkey. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New set of downs for him from the 46. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Wilson now from the gun. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Now here's Cam Scannaboo on the ground. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a pickup of 11. And the Giants will have a first down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Looking inside the red zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So 2nd down coming up. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone.
And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Giants finish up an excellent opening series. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Gano ends the point after. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Gano ready to send this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. And into the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. He's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Off the play fake, Milrow. Bails out of the pocket quick. He takes it himself. And Milrow goes into the slide with enough yardage there to pick up that first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. From the red zone now. That one connects. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks finish off their opening drive. Jackson Smith and Jigba with a touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks start off well to tie things 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Hits his target. That's DJ Moore. And he'll get it up to the 44. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you gotta imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. It's Tracy on second down. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking it in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the first down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
First down, here's Russ. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And this run is going to push him inside the 40. Give him 7 there.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Here's Tracy once more. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now here's Russ. Throwing the out route complete. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. A give to Tracy up the middle. Saw the lane, hit it quick, call that a gain of 7. Nicely done.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Wilson looking to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Coming to the line for their 9th play of the drive. This is 3rd and 3.
Bang out, bam, check.
Russ looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
So the field goal team stays sidelined. They're going to go for this. On 4th down, Wilson forces that one, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. He's at midfield. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. They're going to score. It's a pick 6 for Seattle.
Gosh, I love that play on so many levels, Kate. Making the interception, already a terrific effort by everybody involved. But to put the cherry on top, to take it all the way back to the house, it required extra effort from everybody, and they get the job done.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. After the pick, here's Wilson. And it'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
To throw again on 2nd and 10, Wilson. Hits him on the out route. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Staying between the tackles with Tracy. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And no touchdown here. Just needed a few more, but this one goes out at the 3. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
Scattaboo. Will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Here's Wilson to the air. Flushed out of the pocket. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
As a quarterback, Kate, you got to hope that those crumbs don't just lead to the cookie in the passing game. But a short scramble like that may open up a bigger one down the road.
3rd and goal, Wilson. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Just 2 yards away, so the offense going for it. It's 4th and goal. Russ setting to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And this is going to be a New York touchdown. The Giants can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. David Njoku, the touchdown. The nose point after is good. And the Giants tie things up at 14. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Seahawks have a lot of work to do for any points before the break. First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down. From the gun, Milrow. Chased out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day. And he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
Third and short, it's Milrow. That one is caught. Holton has it. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
On the go.
Shotgun now for Milrow. It's caught by LLEYr2. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or with big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
The give here on second. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Stopped by Deion Henley.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
To the line, here's 3rd and 3. Milrow from the gun. Headed out right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And Milrow goes into the slide with enough yardage there to pick up that first down. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. Here's a screen out for Walker. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks take the lead just before halftime. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Point after up and good for Myers. And the Seahawks break that tie and now lead by 7. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. On 1st down, it's Wilson. Forced out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Taken down by a guy who spent 9 years in New York. First with the Jets, then the Giants, Leonard Williams.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
He finds Njoku complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Timeout calls, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
48-yard line.
Wilson on 1st and 10. On the move, headed right. He's going to keep it this time. And he's going to be zooming out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Russ now from the gun. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. Wow, they must really trust in this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. And into the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Here's Milroe to throw. Working downfield, snagged by Arroyo. And this will reach the opposing 25-yard line.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. Hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. They send with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and AT for attack, exactly what he just did.
Buying some time right. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
You know, as you can see here, things broke down a little bit. He tried to find a connection, but he just could not get on the same page. I'll tell you what I do like about that throw, though. He didn't risk an interception, and he put it out of bounds instead.
Milroe throwing on 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Myers' kick is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
Well, they'll take it. Some points to add a little to what's still a pretty small lead. Eventually, I think we all know they've got to find a way to reach the end zone.
And nope, not chancing this one. Knee down for a touchback.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. A handoff to Tracy. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Seahawks swarming him, and down he goes. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
We talk so much about decision-making, and often it's the decision of where to throw it, right? Reading the defense, finding the right coverage to attack. But there's also great decision-making that comes with just getting rid of the football, just avoiding sacks. They are so detrimental. And that one, man, he ate up a ton of yards.
On target here to Njoku. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. And dose of the hurry up here.
17 yards. It's 4th down.
He's back to throw. It's on target to Moore. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Here's Tracy on first down. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Wilson now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Throwing on third, Wilson. Has him on the quick hitter. And they make the stop, we're going to say about the 37-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And the Giants will have a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, here's Russ. Called in by Njoku, left side. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Short pass brought in. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
Scattaboo is in. Touchdown, New York! The Giants start the second half with some needed points. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Gano ends the point after. And the Giants bring it back to even. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Throwing now out of the shotgun. That's dropped underneath. Walker. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield. Walker on first down. And the ball is going to remain at midfield as he is stopped at the line. No gain.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Now it's Milrow. Escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
To the air on 3rd and long. This is Cox. That's Cook. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's been a high-scoring game so far, but we're still tied 24-all to begin the final frame. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Oh, he dropped it. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks take a 4th quarter lead. They broke out the design, run from there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Let's start on the ground here. Tracy. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Russ setting to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. It's a pick 6 for Seattle. Defense getting in on the farm Brock with that 4th quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Here's Tracy. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson to the air. This one's caught. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Russ looking to throw. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun. Catch made left side by McConkey. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Wilson to throw on 3rd and 2. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect. Not on the same page with his tight end. So it's going to be 4th and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. That one's good to McConkey. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Throwing again. Here's Wilson. And that's a New York touchdown. The Giants now within one score in the fourth. Loud McConkey with a touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop.
And he'll get into the end zone to make this a one-score game in the fourth quarter. Ooh, you could feel the greater sense of urgency from him there, Brock. Trailing on the scoreboard, and he took the initiative to convert that two-point try.
Yeah, you always need your quarterback to be able to manufacture points, but especially when you're down. He's got the license to improvise anytime. And what a confidence builder to everyone around him when your QB can make something out of nothing.
And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down. Off the play fake, Milrow. He rolls to his right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Milrow throwing again now on second down. Caught on the comeback route. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
And this is one of those situations where, Kate, even as a former QB, I really feel for these corners in this league. They got the hardest job in football, sticking the guys on these routes and on a comebacker in particular, where that receiver breaks it off. Man, that can be so difficult to defend.
Two-score game in the fourth. All right, former quarterback, time for a little honesty from you. I don't think they were expecting that one to go the distance, but I am positive that they will take it.
Why would you say something like that?
I'm just taking a wild guess. Did you expect that to go the distance? Come on now.
No, probably not.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Devin White makes the play. And the Giants get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. Hits his running back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Big strike here to Moore. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. Wilson on 1st and 10. To the sideline it goes. He's got it beyond the marker. It looks like he stayed in as well. He picks up 15 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Once more, it's Wilson. His top target, Njoku, has another one. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. Tracy can't quite pass that line. They stop him at the 3. Hurry up offense now as time runs down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Wilson now from the gun. The Giants using their first timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Looking to throw it. And this is cut for a score. We are not done here yet.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Gano for the PAT. The point after splits the upright. And the Giants trim the deficit down to 5. So with less than a minute and a half to play, they must recover this onside effort. And it looks like the Seahawks are able to recover that kick. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10.
Check, man. Check, man. Roll. Panther 50. Panther 50. Panther street. Panther street.
Give now to the running back. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout calls, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Go, Reed. Go. Come on.
Walker now from the gun. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. Give him 32 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung them to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. So the Seahawks take this one on the road. One of their longest road trips of the season, Brock. But thanks to that primetime slot, the body clock not too thrown off, and they played like winners on this big stage.
Yeah, they sure did. The only thing that's going to be screwed up on their body clock is that long flight home.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a whole lot easier celebrating a great performance.